Oh, good. Oh, good. Today's such a special day. I got my new equipment. My new machine is on. I'm so happy that this is working out. Yay. Oh, and you know what? I do still so need to borrow my sweetheart's glasses. So I know they're going to appear out of thin air in just a second. I'm so lucky. My family's home today. It's so lucky. I know these glasses are going to appear right out of thin air in just a second, right into my hands. I can't wait. It's going to be so awesome. Thank you. Yes. The power of 20-year marriage right there. Thank you, sweetie. Hi, everyone. It's time to get started with our Moon Tarot for the week. I'm loving this Friday, noon 30 Pacific time. So those of you that are here in the West Coast area can pop into your cars or cafes or wherever you can easily consume this for a little lunchtime snack. And those of you that are tucking in Europe, maybe I know how that works, at least in England, with a Friday pub lunch that just becomes the end of the day. So some of you are just rolling home right now and you can tuck in and get cozy. Everybody grab something to drink. I've got a little sip of nice water here. You know it's moon-infused water. And we begin like we always do by striking a wooden match to alert our spirit guides that we're here, we're open, and we're listening, and we're ready to receive those messages that are meant for us. Today we light a green candle because it's Friday, which is Venus's day, and Venus is the ruler of Libra, Fridays, and Taurus. And I'm a Libra sun, Taurus rising, and it's Friday, so we must light a green candle. Oh, we love our goddess Venus so much because she rules gardens, all of the arts, love, money, sex, and so many beautiful, passionate modalities of life expression. How's the audio? Can you hear me okay? I'm going to pop on my sweetie's glasses here and check and see if you can hear me. If somebody's out there and wants to say, hey, that you can hear this okay, I would absolutely love to know because I'm using new equipment today. Good. Yes. Oh, good. It's okay. Audio's great. Thank you. Because I invested my precious friend Luna Nate gave me some tips and tricks on different equipment, and I'm trying them today. I just don't want to be too loud, but I know the picture's a lot more clear. I know the audio's a lot more clear. I'm having so much fun building my little channel sort of studio over here, and it's a blast. So yes, today we are rocking our Moon Tarot with the Circle of Life Tarot from Maria Di Stefano. I absolutely love round tarot. We already have jumpers. For those of you that are handy, we've got a quattro of cards that shows the left tilted 10 of Wands. So this is a gorgeous community card. We've got the 10 of Swords left tilted as well. And I will show you these cards right now. This is a big day for community. Here, I'll put it right in front of this candle. This is the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Wands, both left tilted. So we've got community on our mind. I know how tender it is to be sort of seen in these spaces and to wonder, will my tarot sound and feel and settle in just right? Are my dreams in alignment with my life? I understand how tender it is to be seen in these chat live environments. We also unbelievably have the reversed 10 of Pentacles. So there are folks here that are wondering if in community you can find your abundance. These are amazing cards right now. There's 3 10s on the table, and then we've got our 5 of Pentacles, and that is straight up right. And these are just the jumpers, my loves. Wow. I'm not yet sure how to do the autofocus on this webcam, but so far so good with our jumpers, which are 3 10s and a 5. So we're really very interconnected right now. I just want to pop on these specs here and say hey to those that are present. Hi, Samantha. Where is everybody today? Oh, thank you so much for giving me that kind compliment. You like me in white today. Well, it's been stormy in California. Is everybody kind of watching the news and you're seeing that we have a week-long storm, which is very rare. We'll go years sometimes without having a storm that lasts more than a day. So I had to whip out my turtleneck, my cozy turtleneck, and even California style, you have cutouts in your clothes here. Everything's ventilated. Oh, hi, Astrid. It's good to see you. Oh, and look at how pretty all these folks' names are. Hi, Sophia. Hi, Kat K. Yes. Oh, you're looking for some um, good. Thank you so much. Oh, and good. My son Boone is here. This is so nice. Hi, Boone. And I see my sweetheart channel schmannels here. They were helping me. Thank you, sweetie. I love those kind compliments. Thank you very much. Oh, hello, Texas. How are you doing? And you're in Norway. Thank you, Astrid, for being here. I'm so happy you're here. Oh, did I call you out, UK, for your nice Friday pub lunches that just become the end of the day? I know a little teeny tiny bit about the UK. I'm so lucky. My best friend is English, so I know about those long pub lunches. Oh, Toronto is cold too. Oh, hello. Good. So I've got a couple Canadians in the house. Well, let's get started. We had our jumpers, and now that means we're going to have to shuffle a lot more with round tarot. I find that it helps us be in that yielding space of sort of having to relax into our body, because we don't do that aggressive flicking kind of shuffling, do we? We have to yield, and we have to utilize gravity, which is created in theory by the moon, which I am all about that lunar witchcraft. So what we're doing, Moon Tarot is just sort of becoming right now. We've got another jumper, several jumpers. Wow, this is amazing. We've got the left tilted strength card, which is gorgeous. We've got the right tilted Four of Wands, all that passion that we have for the magic that we're creating together. And we've got the beautiful Chariot cards straight up. These are gorgeous jumpers. We're going to get to the reading, I promise, but this is jumpers galore. And then we've got the Queen of Pentacles. So Pentacles really showing up so boldly for everyone today. I understand the pressure that all of us have to do and purchase and create. That's why very specifically, I choose to be here in this space free. I choose to be here in this space sort of wild and free emotionally. I choose to be here in this space in a way that you can just relax into your body. And maybe you're looking for some business guidance. I love that at 54 years old and only ever working for myself past my teenage jobs. And I'm kind of in a space now where I'm writing a little bit of my own story. I'm looking back at the job that I had in the bookstore, which was the first space that I encountered a tarot deck that I began hand transcribing because I was saving money to go to beauty school. And then I started my salon when I was 20 years old, my hair salon, that moved into being a full spa experience. We had massage and facials and all those cool things too. Tarot was always, always present, and magic is always present when we lay hands on one another, isn't it? So from kind of a lifetime of witchcraft and then learning how to utilize these tools, I've always worked for myself as a hairdresser, as a tarot reader, as a professional witch. All of these tools are ways that we just connect with ourselves. So we're going to jump right in just a second with the full zodiac. And I am going to, of course, begin with Aries like we do, with shuffling round tarot. Like I was saying, we have to use that gravitational pull and sort of almost kind of release and shift the cards. It's a way that we have to get into the soft meditative space. And maybe you can practice some nice, wonderful, cleansing deep breaths in through your nose. Open your lips and say, Ma. Drop your shoulders and let this work sort of find you and let you catch up with your day. And then take, if you are pulling cards for yourself too, or if you have tools handy, or if you just want to gather your energy in the palm of your hands and take it to your bosom and give your tools a nice cuddle, like I like to give all of you these sweet cuddles before we begin. I think there might be a message for me. Do you have a message for me, honey?
No.
Okay, good. So everything sounds okay? Good. So we'll pull for all the signs of the zodiac, and then whoever's present and would like to ask for a card, who has a tarot question, I'm absolutely all yours. So I've got my Cooper's Hawk feather, and I've got my Venus candle lit, and we've got our Moon Tarot deck ready to go. And as is tarot tradition, and I'll move this camera so you can see, we cut the deck in 3. I'm cutting it on my altar cloth and back into 1. And there we'll begin. Hi, is that too glary? Is everybody good? Everybody comfy and tucked in? Good. Here, let's begin. All right. Aries, my loves, here we go. Oh, and it's such a beautiful, Sag season is just so full of fire, and we have to be so, find our discretion and our ways this time of year when we have lots of invitations and there's a sort of pressure at the end of the year, isn't there? It's sweetness. We can get a lot of hugs and reconnecting with folks, maybe that aren't in our everyday life, but there's a little bit of a pressure of deciding as we move in North America into cold and flu season, where to physically be. And some of you that are in this space know that on Monday, I'm getting my hip replaced. So things are a little bit different for me. I'm so happy to be with all of you all in my home studio, so I can sort of stay away from cold and flu germs out in the world. And I can connect with you here, which is a little bit safer because I can't even so much as have a sniffle, or else my surgeon will not give me my surgery. So funny little things too. Look at, I've got one little finger without a nail on it because they're going to also put a little clamp on that to monitor my vitals during my surgery. So you'll see me with my 10 magic wands, and one of them's just live and direct with no nail on it. Okay. So here we go, sweet Aries, my love. Oh, here we go. This is perfect. This is the Queen of Wands. And I love that fire of Aries having that Queen of Wands straight up in Sagittarius season. You know, Aries, you're unforgettable. Just the way you need it. It's really important that you have your visibility and you're seen. And as you're doing your sort of review of this last Gregorian calendar of 2019, you don't need this advice, but remember to put yourself first with health. Healthfully put yourself first so you don't feel like you have to sort of smash and grab to have what you need. You can calmly, quietly survey the land and know that you already have this beautiful framework in place for 2020 where you have what you need, so you don't feel like you have to sort of grab it and claim it. So this is about you being a calm and beautiful leader in your own life. Okay, Aries, you got that? Love it. So fun. All right, from there we go to Taurus, right? Are we going to Taurus? Oh, happiness. We got the Two of Cups. Every once in a while, even though I'm kind of really seasoned with this work and seasoned with being live on Instagram, because I have new equipment, I have this feeling of excitement and nerves. I want to be here for you in a way that's easy to consume. So I'm going to go back. I have a little screen grab of all the zodiac, because sometimes as a double air sign, when I have a little bit of nervousness in my life and excitement in my life, I can skip things and I don't want to forget that. So really, really quick, I'm just going to make sure I've got all the signs of the zodiac right in front of me. And that way I can feel really confident and happy. You can see me on my little iPhone right now. Just making sure that I've got everything right in front of my face. Yes, perfect. Good. I had this in my little camera roll last time, and some of you sweethearts caught me glimpsing, and that's exactly what's needed. And I'm also going to take just 2 seconds to turn off my notifications which I'm so, so happy that my sweet family's here. They've got kind of are in the background to help me if there's technical difficulties. On my last live, I had a little challenge where my modem failed. So I've got a brand new modem too. So I'm just going to set that there. Yay. So we've got that super handy, my loves. So I can always, I don't want to leave anybody out. So Taurus, my loves, you've got the Two of Cups. This is a tender time for you, Taurus. You may have gotten yourself a little bit dehydrated over this holiday weekend. And I know in England, it's a bank holiday, isn't it? Is it today or is it Monday? I don't know when that bank holiday is. But for Taurians, this Two of Cups is showing you that you've got to stay really, really calm and peaceful in your body. If you're a person that drinks alcohol, maybe you're a little bit dehydrated from having a little too many sips. So this is about really being the simple sweetness of replenishing your fluids. I mean, I know you need it sexy. I know you like it sexy, Taurus, but this is about being very, very practical right now. Okay, sweethearts. Here we go, Gemini. You have a Four of Cups left tilted. How tender is this? This shows a real need for you all to sort of say no to others in the effort to say yes to yourself. It's very, very important, Gemini, right now that you use a lot of discretion with who you're physically spending time with, especially sweet kisses. So you have to make sure that you're really taking care of your energy with your emotions. This is really important right now, okay? Take care of yourselves, Gemini. That's like a little bit of a cautionary vibe for Geminis. All right, sweet Cancers, here you go. This is the Queen of Cups straight up. This is another one of those moments where I just have to say, like, we pull cards all the time. On Instagram, I pull cards all the time. I'm getting better and better about being in this space, which honestly, playing favorites of all my favorite little social media platforms. My YouTube channel is by far my favorite space right now. This little nest that I'm feathering over here is my favorite space. So I'll say to you sort of Queen of Cups Cancers, this is about as good as it gets. Everything that you're weaving right now is so real. Everything that you're doing right now that you feel good about, expand that. You're sort of a little bit of the golden child right now, Cancer. Keep it going. Not trying to play favorites with the Zodiac, but this is a really, really fabulous card. Now, rest in that for the rest of the day. Like, enjoy. Yes, you got the favorite status over at Angela Mary Magic channel. Don't stop. Right? Make a little list of 3 things that you can accomplish today that really sort of speak to the pleasures that you're expanding for 2020, and keep going. This is wonderful. Happy for you, Cancer. Okay, sweeties, here comes Leo. Four of Swords for Leo. Leo's got some things that they mentally need to work out right now. How to say this? Leo and fire signs in general, calmly make sure you're using your most authentic voice. It's really easy to just feel so excited and passionate about what you're doing. Make sure that this work that you're producing really represents you well. Leo, you have to be very, very careful to make sure that your words are coming authentically from you. All right, Leo, there you go. Okay, sweet Virgo, you have the reversed King of Swords. Virgo, reversed King of Swords shows that inner criticism that's crept in. Luckily, it's only Friday, so you can get it together for the rest of the weekend and maybe not have some verbal contact or psychic contact with folks that are demanding of you, that don't sort of make you feel good. Virgo, be super, super careful right now. Also, not to be your worst inner critic and not to let that voice grow inside. You've got to protect your mental space by not spending physical time with folks that actually kind of talk down to you or even give you bad vibes. So Virgo, take good care of yourself. Take good care of your inner child right now. Okay. Sweetheart Libra, here we go. So this is kind of a wiggly sort of left to reversed tilted 6 of wands. 6 of wands for Libras. And I think that autofocuses nicely right here. This is about making your own music and turning up the volume. Libra, it's time for you to kind of really be heard more. It's about kind of cranking up the volume of what you are in your own mind creating, but so the world can sort of start to hear that. Create more aural magic. The best way to do that is by sort of tucking yourself into your sweet slumber and sleep very intentionally, so your mind is resting at night, so you get those lovely brain waves tuned down. Maybe you listen to a little bit of gong music before you sleep, and then wake yourself up with some chiming bells and listen to music throughout the day that makes you feel really good. Such a good time for Libras to create a good playlist. Love that. Okay, Scorpio sweeties, here we go. Wow, you get the right tilted Hermit card or the Crone card, depending on how you want to look at that. I love this card. So, you know, it's super important that Scorpio, you keep on your path. You keep on your singular path. I know that sometimes Scorpios can have a little bit of a tendency towards jealousy. So Scorpio, this is time for you right now to really individuate. Great time for you to take a salt bath, and you can kind of purify some of the ways that you're letting go of your jealousy and know that your timing is perfect timing, and to really have your individual space kind of collected and together. All right, we've got 4 more signs, and I just want to take a little peek at our chat over here and see how many souls are with us, and if there's any specific. Okay, so you had a nice Scorpio moon talk right there. So with a Scorpio moon, with that last right tilted Hermit card, it's a really important time for you to sort of psychically cleanse and really know that I understand that you're tough and strong. Being there emotionally for yourself, Scorpio moon, is so important, because your inner kind of moon voice is so individual, and you've got to kind of cleanse the feed right now and make sure you don't have sort of mental messages coming in that are from a group is kind of specific. Make sure to keep your messages very individual to yourself. Oh, you're so cute. Oh, hi, Jason's so sweet. Come here, let me see that sign. I just want to see how cute my partner is. Not only am I wearing their glasses, but they showed a message that Loon's here. Hi, Luna Nate. It's good to see you. Yep, had to borrow my sweetie's glasses at the last second. It's so good to see you. EXO to everybody out there, and thank you so much. I know, Cancer rocked that so good. Love it. Yeah. Okay, sweethearts. Boone says we're getting there. So somebody must be asking a question. Oh, I love this. I like when you chat with each other too, cuties. You're adorable. What is gong music? I'm going to answer that in just a second once we're done with these last 4 signs. And we're not rushing or anything, but we're going to get right to Sagittarius in Sag season. If you are Sagittarius sun, moon, or rising, this card's for you. You've got the 9 of Pentacles. I don't know if it could get any more comforting or better for you, Sag. I love that this kind of looks like the entire wheel of the year. 9 is that gorgeous, glorious, complete number. And for we witches, we love our 3 times 3 times 3, that witches read of whatever I give to thee comes back to me 3 times 3 times 3. So really, Sag, you are sitting on a gold mine. Make very sure that the sort of work that you're putting out there is pure, authentic, and that you're protecting your intellectual property, but you're also being mindful that you're authentically using your voice in this. So be really careful that let me start that part over. Edit, Sagittarius, edit. Yes, you're sitting on a gold mine, but trim the parts out that might include echoes of anyone else's work, so it's purely your work, okay? Good. Okay, darling Capricorn, this is awesome. You've got the Two of Wands, and I love that. You're so tough on yourself sometimes, Cap. And this left tilted Two of Wands shows that you kind of have a need to explore some of your own personal passions. And that is not frivolous. It's really important that you do that for yourself and your either dream love or personal love that's actually in your life, or a love that you dream of having. You've got to kind of explore your own kinks. And I'm going to sort of leave it at that in the effort to not get too spicy. Yes, this is a grown-up channel over here, but also use your imagination, Capricorn, in whatever way you need to stoke up the passions in your life that speak to you, and know that that's not frivolous. You'll get to your to-do list, and you'll get to going to all the things that you would never, ever flake on. You've just got to sort of explore all those passions that are so important. You know, there's a real big difference between eating kind of cold leftovers and a nice hot fresh meal. And this shows that need for you to sit down and enjoy the feast. Know that that's important. It's going to nourish your body much, much better than those quick leftovers that help you sort of get your to-do list done, but maybe without the passion and the personal joy and that you so deserve. Okay, that was kind of a long one for Capricorn, you sweethearts. Take good care of yourselves. Aquarius, I love it. You've got the Emperor, Aquarius. So Aquarius, this is a little bit of a homework card for you. It shows me that you need to kind of maybe not float it as much today. Maybe it's time for you to really, truly like take a moment and not put pressure on yourself, but get rid of some actual stuff in your house. This shows me that maybe you kind of have a little bit of mental clutter, or you have a little bit of physical clutter in your house. I remember years and years ago that Oprah kind of talked about sort of how you get so much done as a mogul. Someone was asking Oprah that question. And, you know, if they had an hour of work to do and they only had 10 minutes to do it, they didn't stop and say, well, I can't get the whole hour done. They would do just 10 minutes of it. So attack one kind of area for a few minutes, really put a cap on it, okay, sweet Aquarius, and get rid of some mental and physical clutter before you sleep tonight. And feel good about doing that every day for 10 minutes for the time being, okay? Till our next Moon Tarot, you have homework to do. And finally, sweet Pisces, oh, you have the reversed Eight of Cups, sweeties. This just shows that you need to nurture yourself, where you kind of got a little bit off kilter, a little bit sort of maybe had to sit next to somebody you didn't want to sit next to lately. And you need to really take the time to gather yourself back again from a little bit of emotional sort of harm. And the harm really comes in you not taking care of yourself. The harm comes in you sort of needing to admit that you have to create that water line for yourself. This isn't about other people telling you what to do and then you kind of slink off and nurture yourself and lick your wounds alone. It's about you kind of naming and claiming what you need for yourself before you go into those spaces. Oh my goodness, that was a lot, and it was kind of fast and furious. I'm just going to look at our chat and see if we have any questions here, and I'm going to be mindful of time. And the reason why I'm going to be mindful of time is because, sweethearts, tomorrow, one of you darling loves over here, one of you moon babies, asked if I would do a Ask Me Anything, and I'm going to do that tomorrow at 12:30. It kind of keeps me on my channel, and it keeps me over here in my a little bit purified studio here at home, where I can kind of have fun connecting with folks, but also kind of not be around germs, because I got to get my surgery on Monday. Woo, woo, about to be out of pain for the first time in 10 years. I'm so excited. Yay. So being here with you today and tomorrow is really important to me. We're going to keep it to tarot today, and we'll have some tarot tomorrow as well, but we'll be about that ask me a question, ask me anything about my magical practice. Over on Instagram, I've got a sticker up right now. If you have a specific question you want me to answer tomorrow at 12:30 Pacific, I'll probably put a poll up in my community tab over here on my channel, which I'm super excited, just got unlocked the other day. So I was able to leave a message and give so much thanks to Luna Nate for surprising me back on January 13th, 2019 with the magical sprays video, which is still like so special and such a wonderful kind of space for my family and I to sink into. Just the amount of free magic that you give over on your channel, Jillian, is so amazing. And that magical sprays video is frankly one of the very first times that I ever experienced ASMR. I have a client who's got a product that they dreamed would be able to be on the QVC. And I was so gloriously lucky to work with them with tarot and spell work, that they could take their product that has a aspect of it that's got some ASMR. And that's the only way I knew what ASMR was from my client who had this dream. And by the way, they've been on the QVC for close to 10 times now with their beautiful product. It's so awesome. And we'll talk about that later. I want consent to be able to post down in this video what their ASMR product is. So I'll check in with them, but that was the first time I ever heard of ASMR. And then when we were driving home from my son's volleyball tournament last January, I got an alert on a brand new YouTube channel to me. I just fulfilled an order to a lovely person in New York, and I saw that they had, like, in their email, I could see that they had a YouTube channel. So I clicked on it. I said, look at this world that blooms here. Oh, this ASMR. And I was trying to remember, it's auto sensory meridian. R stands for, someone in my family is going to tell me right now. It's not reaction, is it? I'm sure someone's about to tell me what the R of ASMR stands for. However, that Magical Sprays video is linked in my community tab because it's so special to me that I experienced that. From that moment on, I've been able to kind of develop a real friendship with Jillian and so many of you gorgeous, glorious folks that are here from Luna Nate's fabulous channel and recommendations. It really means the world to my family and I, because I so live to share the beauty and power of magic and witchcraft. So we're going to get into taking some Q&A now, and then ask me anything tomorrow. I'm just going to scroll up really quick because I'm just learning how to use this new machine, and I'm just totally loving it. Look at all these cute emojis, sweethearts. I love it all. Oh, this is so cute. Now, my daughter, knowing my daughter, she's going to look on this and write down questions that folks might have for themselves. Oh, I'm so glad the audio's working out. It's better. Thank you for being here as I'm learning how to use my equipment. Yay. Oh, Colorado's getting hit with snow, huh, Samantha? Oh, my goodness. Are you doing okay up there? It seems like all of North America is getting pretty hit with weather right now. All right, taking a quick little peek, looking for questions. I really want to get this. Oh, good. Ashley, I love that you're, Ashlyn, I'm so happy that you're here in your Taurus sun and moon. It looks like birds popping up. You feel free to have a seat, sweetie, and you can give me a hint. Come on. Oh, it's response and it's not reaction. Have a seat though, sweetie. That's awesome. My daughter's going to help me right now with all of the questions. The very first thing that I want to tell Jasmine is gong music is a metal sort of upright sort of sound. And I know that on YouTube, you can find some really lovely gong music, and there's a mallet. I live with percussionists. My whole family is drummers, my son and my daughter and my partner. And there's a mallet that's got kind of a buffer on it. I know, sweetie, you could probably easily find, I'm sure that if you, if you check for one, that'd be great. And I'll show folks that we don't have a gong, but you can easily find gong music on YouTube. And it's just a way that it sort of slows the brain waves And when our brain waves are slowed down, we can kind of begin to feel our body and open up those energy meridians and release that what no longer serves us, especially if we have that frustrating sensation of looped thinking about something in the past that might have happened earlier in the day, that we're working out as if thinking is going to make it turn out differently, which I understand that we all do that. But I know that when we create that aural sort of cushion around us, we can begin with the simplicity of gong music to sort of take that lower register of percussion and soften the sound around us, and in a way claim space so we can release ourselves of that looped thinking. If you kind of see that figure eight, that infinity sign of thinking, you can listen to the gong music, you can start to dissolve that shape and let it release kind of in the world. You just leave that open, sweetie. I know my sweetie's grabbing me a little piece of, you could just leave that open, guys. Thank you so much. All right, I'll take a little peek here and see what kind of questions that folks have. How's everybody doing today? I know for lots of folks, there was big feasts that came in here. Uh-oh. Oh, you got a little talking to with your Tori and stuff. You know what, Yasmin, you're so sweet to ask about gong music. And you said, oh man, come on. So guess what? You get the first card. All right. Do you have a question? I'm going to give you some nice, happy medicine here. All right. So you've got this reversed Three of Wands, and the Three of Wands kind of shows that there could have been some conflict with it reversed like that. That is quieted now. So, Yasmin or Jasmine, however you say that, this is a really great time for you to do things that make you literally happy like a child. You have kind of an assignment for the next few days to have childlike happy things that you create for yourself that just make you laugh and smile. You got to stoke those belly laughs up right now. Honestly, as if it's like pure medicine for you right now, because that conflict is over. Thinking about it doesn't kind of make it go away or change. Laughing and smiling and finding things that make you passionately happy help a lot. Okay, I hope that helps. And I don't worry about having these cards that are hard cards or negative cards. I kind of believe that you being here, any of you folks that feel like something came down that showed an area that you can create some healing in your life, if you're open to it, please try to feel so good about receiving that message. It means that you're ready now to grow past that place where those enactments happen in your life and in your relationships that are on repeat. You're ready to hear special ways that you can move on from that. So I have to applaud you. Okay, that's awesome. So I'm just looking here. Yes, you can't wait. I like this. Cover Central was saying you can't wait to get into the world of astrology and spiritual energy. Love you too. Thank you so much. Tomorrow's going to be really powerful when we do this Ask Me Anything. Oh, thank you so much. So I'm asking for questions right now. Good. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Messina sings. I like that. I like the idea of there being a singing friend here. Bert, can you see questions, my love?
Questions on.
Oh, I love that the innate is here too. Thank you so much. Oh, please don't worry about being late. Late happens. It's right on time. We're doing great. We still have another half an hour to go, my friends, for just shucking and jiving. So give me all your questions right now. Yes, I'm looking right now. Oh, I totally agree. Jillian is amazing. Oh, thank you so much. That was so fun. I learned so much from Jillian, and I'm so appreciative that they're in my life. Yay. Okay, so here we go, Bird. I'm scrolling. I'm doing better at learning how to scroll, but I want to tell you something. This is just a mild pep talk. While my daughter Bird collects any questions that folks have, I want to take a moment and tell you a little bit about sort of this idea that there's experts and not experts, right? When I started my website, upon the really auspicious and special super blood moon eclipse on January 31st, 2018 is when I clicked, and my best friend and I from opposite time zones way over in England, they helped me make my website, or pretty much created it with whatever I asked for. I'm so lucky that they're kind of a brilliant techno genius with their own job. So I'm figuring things out on my own. We made my website live. I'll tell you what, January 2nd is when I had the idea, and they were so kind to offer to help me build a website. I didn't even know how to copy and paste back then. I have always been, and I love saying this, a working class witch. I work with my hands. I work in the space of laying hands on folks for energy healing. I work with tarot cards as a kind of an embodiment of magic and intuition as it flows through my body. You know, learning how to use machines and tools and technology isn't something that people are born with. It's from practicing. So I wanted to share that, you know, tender truth with you about not knowing how to copy and paste, because I mean, this is something that, you know, some of us had to learn in 2018. That's not about my age and stage, because you know that this is a non-ageist space. This is a kind of moment where I want to tell you, if you feel like you're new to witchcraft, if you're new to magic, and if you're new to tarot, I'm here to open up this space for your own learning. And you're going to catch on really quick. Hang out here as much as you can. And I'm really into sharing. That's what I love to do. And maybe you were born knowing how to copy and paste because of sort of what you were allowed to consume. I was allowed to explore my spirituality, and that's why I might have a little bit more spiritual muscle than some other folks, but I love to share. Okay, so Bert has some questions. Is it from the very first question up? I want to kind of be as fair as possible. That's awesome. So okay, Bert says,
Sabrina Rodriguez asked, any advice for working with plant magic?
Plant magic. Oh my goodness. We're going to pull a card about plant magic. And then what we'll do is, if you don't mind, sweetheart, can you just take this? I've got this, and you can write down some of these other open questions. And then we'll do this for my Ask Me Anything for tomorrow. I was raised with a big organic garden, and it was in my suburban backyard. And my 8 brothers and sisters and I tended it with my mom. And there were lots and lots of beautiful and magical plants grown in there, not just for food for our gigantic one-income family, because we survived on my dad's high school teacher income. So I really know that we can do anything we put our mind to. My one of my siblings and I created a restaurant on the side of our house, and we would make soup from the garden. And I mean, this is rudimentary stuff. I was 7 years old. It was called the Jolly Roger. I think that the younger that you can throw down physically with younger people in fresh plant and flower powered magical spaces, the better. And explore. Let the plants and flowers speak to you. You will find your allies. I want to look now for messages from your plant and flower power allies coming directly to you. Thank you for asking that question. I have so many awesome photos of my childhood in the 70s in that big garden. It's so gorgeous. Too many stories about plant and flower power, but oh, you're going to love this card. Wow, magic is so real. This is the right tilted death card. The right tilted death card tells me, and I don't know where you are in the wild world, but I'm going to guess that winter's coming on for you right now. This is time for you to mulch your garden. And inside of the space of wanting to learn about plant and green witchcraft, you need to really pack the wisdom in the soil and let it rest for this winter. When I say that, I say, it's a mental and emotional mulching. It's a mental and emotional sort of hay that sort of protects the wisdom and knowledge that you have now to feed the soil. This is time for you to nourish yourself with good teachers. It's a time for you to nourish yourself and maybe sort of Be in the forest in a listening way. Let the music of the wind through the trees in the forest speak to you, and do your best to fill your book of shadows, which to me is an open kind of darker notebook. This is my book of shadows that I give my tarot clients that I work with live, and spell clients. This is my little baby book of shadows that I keep my simple Angela Mary Magic A on. There's a little pouch in the back where you can keep special little things like leaves and flower petals, and even like a special little receipt from a coffee date that wants to be kind of pasted in here. There's some dark spaces in the center where you can sort of do magical writing in pencil, so it's invisible ink in a way, or you can create with gel pens some beautiful art in the center. But you want to muse on the things that you're experiencing right now and the ways that plants and flowers are speaking to you, and the plant and flower sort of allies that you know you have already. You want to write that in your book of shadows and really let that information seep in as you seek it, right? So you're seeking this knowledge from the plants and flowers. They need that to be sort of documented. And you already know who some of your plant and flower allies are. It's time to write that down in a book of shadows. Okay, sweetie? Yay, beautiful, gorgeous card. I'm so humbled and honored. I'm going to move this out of the way here. Sorry for that little bing and ding. I'm not really sure how to make messages quiet on the machine that I'm using. So I know Bird's here to give me some more questions right now. Sweetie, do you have the next question?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm going to... Oh, good. So Bird said she's got a lot of questions. I'm going to go through those kind of quick right now so everybody gets seen and heard. Sweetie? Oh, good. Okay. Do you want to just read the next one out loud to me, cutie?
Okay.
We did the plant.
How do I keep the good vibes rolling? So like this person has good momentum.
Here we go.
I don't want it to stop.
Good vibes. Here we go. Okay. The reversed Five of Swords. There's some cards in the tarot that speak to sort of, I'm just going to call it conflict. So this is a fight that has happened, or someone is threatening you with a bit of a battle. The thing to do here is to keep that quiet and to move on. I think it's time for you to just sort of actually physically step out of the space where this conflict is either taken place or taking place, and let yourself keep developing. The best way to keep yourself in your good vibes is in the air. Right? So we look at this Five of Swords shows a stinger when it's in the upright position. I love that it's downcast. It shows that that sting is floating away, which is really, really helpful. When this sting is floating away, we utilize that through music, poetry, incense burning, smoke cleansing, anything that travels on the air. Oh, sweetie, you're not going to be able to use this surface only because it wiggles the camera. And I've got all kinds of books and things that you can write on. Sorry, my daughter and I are just connecting. So keep the good times rolling mentally. Keep yourself with a playlist around you that you love, all the poetry and music that you love. Kind of keep visual things in your field that you love, like bouquets of flowers. You really need to like actually go and pick yourself some plants outside if you can't afford to purchase some flowers for yourself, but it would be a really good time for you to keep in your sight line and in your ears things that are beautiful. What's our next question, Miss Bird?
How to work out my spiritual muscle.
Ooh, working the spiritual muscle. Here we go. Oh, you can't make this up, friends. You have the Chariot card. It's time for you to get a move on any way that you can. So lots of folks know that this is a non-ableist space over here. I have radical sort of respect for what your body is able to do. And that means your pocketbook too. Like, can we all go to Equinox or whatever the fancy gym is? No. This is not an elite moment. This is a simple moment. You need to work out your spiritual muscle by embodiment. Work it out through your body. Keep the pleasures moving from your feet up through your body This could look like you having physical pleasures and keeping the nectars of your body moving. This is about physical movement. So if all you have the ability to do is grab a couple of cans from your pantry and do some physical curls, do that while listening to whatever music makes you feel really, really sort of special and spiritual, and then stop and journal. When we work our spiritual muscle, sometimes we can get in our head really, really easily. This is telling you to stay in your body with this journey. The Chariot card is about the journey. So working your spiritual muscle isn't about getting to a place where all of a sudden you're like, watch me flex, look how strong I am. It's about working and moving your practice every day. A few easy ways to do that: wake up, sound the gong, breathe in through your nose, take your pencil, brain dump in your book of shadows, 3 morning pages, which is a really fabulous kind of way that you can sort of just free write and let go any dreams that you had, and strike a wooden match, light a candle, do your hot bevy in the morning, take your shower, really kind of make your bed, be good to yourself, be a good parent to yourself, and end your day the same way with, lighting that candle again. And sort of now maybe you can just draw and muse or read a few pages. Maybe it's about having intention with how you turn off your screen at night. But really, it's about you physically embodying the work that you are doing. Okay, sweetie, because witchcraft is embodiment. Embodiment is sort of how we move our visions and create a tangible sort of experience with our vision. So it's not just stuck in our head. So it's moving through our whole physical frame. It flows from our heart into our hands, and then we create shapes in the world that reveal how we feel. Okay, I hope that helps. Next question. I'm so lucky to have my daughter.
Witches who want to learn more about the craft.
New witches that want to hear more about the craft. Here we go, my darling loves. Wow, can't invent this. This is the Strength card. This is 11. This is the Strength card. Well, this really piggybacks off of the Chariot card, doesn't it? For building your spiritual muscle and sort of encouragement for baby witches. This is about you, really taking the time. I think that this is about surrounding yourself with folks that know what they're doing, that have a seasoned practice. I talked a lot about this when Jillian was here. We got to spend time together. I'm just so lucky that they're my friend, but we're both very, very seasoned practitioners. Give yourself the time and space to be with folks that maybe aren't brand new at this. I do have a book that I adore called Spiral Dance by Starhawk, which I think is a classic, and it's an absolute requirement. Jillian's new book, the new crystal book, and oh my gosh, I'm going to be really upset if I forget what it's called, but is it called Crystal Visions, Bird? I don't have my copy yet.
I actually believe that's what it's called.
Okay, would you just pop over to Jillian's Instagram right now? I know she has it linked right there. I just think keeping yourself in the space of being around folks that are seasoned practitioners is really, really helpful. I'm dedicated to being here live with you all every Friday at 12:30 Pacific. I hope this time works for you. And really kind of keep the simplicity of your altar intact. Follow the new moon and full moon. That's a lot, right? Coming to a live once a week, keeping an altar that has space and
crystal intentions. Practices for manifesting wellness.
Crystal intentions, practices for manifesting wellness. Bridget, you probably have a photo of it handy, huh? Can I see your screen, my love? And I'll show that on the screen. I'm going to link Jillian's book down below.
It's a video for flipping the pages.
Oh, I love this. This is ASMR of Jillian flipping the pages of their Crystal Intentions book. That's so awesome. Thank you, Bird. when we keep a simple, complete altar, there's the 4 directions and their corresponding elements. And the 5th position is the center, which is you. You have something in the north, which is the element of earth, which would be like a crystal or a special stone. Sometimes I even keep a small little dish of earth right there. Then you go over to the east, which is air, which is your mind, and it's everything that you're sort of thinking. You can keep a feather in that space, or your incense that you're burning, because the incense smoke travels on the air. South is fire, so you'd keep a candle in that south position. And then west is water. You can keep a small chalice of water there, or you can keep a seashell or something that connects you to the west, the element of water, which is the oceans of emotions in your body. And the center is spirit, which is whatever your kind of experience is with the divine, which is you, and you are them. A lot of times I like to keep a live plant in the center of my altar. So it's really personal, as you can just start with that. That's a lot. And then kind of creating ritual space where you spruce up your altar every new moon and focus on releasing that which no longer serves you and what you're trying to manifest in the days right before the new moon. And then at the full moon, this is so important. Take the time in the flood of lunar light to see very clearly what you're grateful for in your life. You must always cushion yourself with what you're grateful for in your life. It's really important kind of mental health. I love witchcraft for mental health, and I hope that helps. What's the next question, cute bird?
How to know if I will achieve stability and independence in 2020.
All right, so this is steps and how to creating, say it one more time, financial independence. Bird, is that what it said?
Yes.
And what else?
Financial stability.
Financial stability and personal independence. Wow. Hello, Queen. This is Queen of Pentacles. This is you sort of minding what makes your body and home feel in alignment with your budget. They all need to match up now. So let's see. Say the question one more time. I'm a little bit obsessed with the specificity. It sounds like you're very, very close to sort of having it all together. How to know
if I will achieve financial stability and personal independence in 2020.
Oh no, this is without a doubt. How to know? You just have to know. You have to say it. You have to know it by creating a space for you to constantly worship the knowing that in 2020, you are the vision that you need. You are. It's speaking in terms of not wanting. It's speaking in terms of receiving. It's speaking in the I am. You kind of need to have talks with yourself in the mirror that say, I am, and describe that moment. I like going to that moment and giving my body pleasure in that moment and seeing myself as that person in my vision. So let's say you have a vision for how you need 2020 to look for you financially and in your abundance. You can kind of be in that abundance by breathing very deeply into your body. And if you are an asexual person, you can kind of do a nice dry skin brushing and a deep intentional bathing to illuminate your flesh, which is the largest organ of your body. And if you're a sexual person, at that moment of sensuous and sexual climax, you blast open your body, mind, and spirit with the vision of that moment. What does that look like for you? It's so personal. You have to be in that moment where you see yourself in the vision in its entirety and complete, and do that as often as you can. It's simple and beautiful, and follow the pleasure. Okay, next question.
Next question is how to utilize the last month of 2019 to propel me into 2020 for my highest, best path.
I love that. So some of the days of the last days of 2019 are in that Sagittarius fire, and then it just gets deeply practical for some days in Capricorn, right? So let's look at ourselves building up that passionate fire energy in Sag season, and then being really feet planted on the ground moving into 2020. How are we doing that? All right. So this is the Page of Cups, and I love this. This is the left tilted Page of Cups. Sweetie, you know what? I'm going to take that paper from you. Okay. Thank you so much. You're good. Thanks. Thank you for writing that down. You're such a doll. This right tilted Page of Cups tells you got to spend time in a learning space to be sort of a child to your visions. You really need to release any of the things that make you feel like you're sort of hanging down and I almost want to say whatever makes you feel kind of aged, what feels like it's an old idea of sadness needs to be released and let go and mulched into the soil and laid down as food for the new you. You've got to be a student to this. You've got to be a child to your visions. So that's what you need to do. This needs to be time for you to be sweet and innocent and really letting go of the pain and suffering that you went through in 2019, okay? The way that you suffered was important. It taught you lots of lessons, and it's time now to lay those burdens down and let it be used as sort of manure for the soil. I guess I'll say we'll call it fertilizer for the soil. That soil needs the death. It needs the excrement, the void, the letting go to feed it the knowledge and wisdom of what harmed you in the past, what hurt you in the past. You got to let that shit go. All right. Next one. Yay.
Next questions were written down because they're kind of long.
Oh, no problem at all.
Them out.
Okay, so
back to Lisbon for my yearly vacation to see family, and at this time I felt very strongly that I truly belonged there.
Oh.
Any pointers on whether moving back is a good path to start exploring?
Super specific. Are you moving to Lisbon? Should you stay or should you go? Let's look at this. This is the Nine of Cups. Oh, this is a feelings card. I mean, you really have to follow your feelings on this. If you felt like that's where your home was in your body, you must go. I mean, really, honestly, and go. And you don't have to make some giant commitment like going means staying forever. This means going towards the place that really fills your cup. So go, you must go. And that's where you'll find out where you're going. And going, because it's never over. We're always learning. It's not about going and then staying. It's about going and not stopping. So yeah, this needs to be following that emotional wellness. So I think it looks like you're going, and it definitely means you have to go where you feel the most nourished in the tenderness of your heart, inside of your emotional wellness. All right. Yay, that was fun. And it sounds like Bird might have something else going. How are we doing? Oh, we have lots more time. 10 more minutes.
More question.
Okay, good.
I know how much you love your tarot cards, but recently I inherited a set of rune stones intentionally.
Beautiful.
And they seem to be inviting me to use them for spell work.
Okay.
Do you have any advice for runes?
I love runes. Especially for folks that are of European descent. Runes are usually carved of stone. Are your runes carved of stone? I'm just going to look at this chat really super quick here and see if there's any questions. If there's any kind of chat from you about the runes. Yes, ready to let that shit go. I am proud of you, sweetheart. That's good. It is hard to let go. That's wonderful. Oh, they're clay. Even better. Clay is so utterly of the earth. I love art so much. And being that I've got that ruling planet in Libra, carved on clay is beautiful. Thank you. I know I saw that, sweetheart. I love that. It might be a little bit more information about that right now. Oh. All right. So listen, when we have things that are created of clay, I just have that passionate feeling. I was saying that I really love art and I love moving images. And one of my favorite films is Camille Claudel. Do you know she was Rodin's lover? I had the incredible honor in 2017 to run over in the summer to the Augusta Rodin Museum with my wonderful son. And we ran through in the last hour that the museum was open. And I was obsessed with being in the gallery with Camille Claudel's work. There's a beautiful film that's called Camille Claudel, and you see her in the midnight streets of Paris, digging out the clay by hand. Oh my goodness. Runes carved in clay is about as kind of utter fresh earth as possible. You must get those out and use those. I have runes that are carved in agate that are really powerful that I love, and that makes me feel like I want to hop those out. I think I will get those out for my Ask Me Anything tomorrow. I love all tools that bring us kind of closer to our inner knowings. And so, yeah, some tips in tarot for working with runes. What a cool question. Tips in tarot for working with runes. How cool. This is the Knight of Swords that's right tilted. So this is a journeying card. This is about you journeying inside of your air wisdom, which is books and music and the internet. This is about you journeying to physically connect more with your ancestral background, especially with you working with the earth to get those earth messages, because I think runes have a lot of earth messages for folks. They're very physical, and that kind of gives us that feeling of the direction of north, the element of earth, which represents our body, our home, our money, and our food. So I would say to really kind of feast really, really well for your wisdom and knowledge that comes with the runes. So I would say to really create a gorgeous, beautiful meal for yourself at least once a week. Pick a day of the week, maybe Sunday, where you can sort of relax and make a nice lunch for yourself and throw those runes and let your ancestors speak to you. This is really, really cool. The Knight of Swords is someone in your life that's coming through with a really powerful kind of masculine presenting energy. It's really like that real, whatever you call is the babe. You know, I love knights in the tarot for being babes. So whatever kind of makes you feel the most passionately connected with yourself. I see one question right here. I hope that helps. So I'm going to read this one right here. You're blessed and happy in your life right now, but you feel a little stuck in your comfort zone. I understand. You want advice and signs for what you need to do in your life right now. Let's go. Let's go. Whoops, that was accidentally 2 cards. So you have the reversed Ace of Pentacles. You got that right. Talk about a stuck card. This is that feeling of being kind of having it all, but being sort of in that inertia space where like things settled in and now you have to sort of let the volcano gather energy to blow and blast. So don't be afraid if this carries on through winter. If you're in North America, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, just really feed the soil with the things. It might be time for you to invest in your spiritual path right now in order to get going, because this is just that reversal shows that you need to go into the underworld and feed the underworld for the messages that you need. So this is a great time to invest and physically study. I would get out there and physically connect in workshop spaces if you're able to. If it's on the internet, that's fabulous. If it's in real life, it's even better. If you can hold it in your hands like a book, that's the best, okay? Hope that helps. All right, let me look at the next one and see how we're doing on time. We have time for a few more questions. I love it. So yeah, museums and movies are the best. You're welcome, sweetheart. Oh, I'm so happy to do that, Anna Maria. Okay, so Earth is definitely speaking to you right now. Yes, you're so welcome. Okay, so I'm holding space for those of you that do not have the physical, spiritual agency to show up in that chat box. Did you know that that chat box is a privilege? And I have so much time and space for those of you that cannot be seen in your practice right now. And I'm going to pull 3 cards for you right now. Are you ready? This is for the folks that can't be seen in the space, who also maybe feel like they were left out because they weren't able to consume this live. Or this is a message for those of you that have a sweet secret that you're not allowed to sort of be seen having this question. So we're going to be here for folks that don't have the agency to be seen in this space. That'll be the first card is for you. The second card is for those of you that have a little bit of a lag and you're not able to be here live. And the third card is going to be for those of you that have a secret that you're not allowed to be seen in. Okay, for those of you that don't have the spiritual agency to be seen, I love you. You've got the right tilted 5 of Wands, and I'm showing you the 5 of Wands right now so you can see. I understand these passions that you have, and it's really important right now that you remember you've got to bring it all back to your altar. I am such a mom. It's all about kind of doing your basic work to stoke your passions. Yeah, we all want those high highs, don't we? Where we say, oh, we're so lucky. I just had the greatest orgasm, the best meal, the highest high from everything. Some of that is built on those really basic maneuvers of just like, you know, having groceries and food in your refrigerator. So this is the simplicity of every morning and every night, starting your day at your altar and ending your day at your altar with passion. All right. So for those of you that don't have spiritual agency to be seen in the chat column, take it to your altar. The second is the folks that missed this live. This card's for you. Oh, this is awesome. You have the World card. This is the final, this is upright World card. This is the final major arcana. The World is the 21 card, which is awesome. I just love this because the reason why you missed the live in the first place is you're so busy just being fabulous in the world. And I want to just give you a shout out right now for being here and making it through this nice, lovely long video, and to maybe go through and comb your subscriptions and get rid of folks that don't make you feel super great that you subscribe to, and subscribe to more folks on YouTube that make you feel great. That's the wisdom of the world. All right. And this is for those of you that have a sweet secret. I see you. The 2 of Pentacles. This is a great card and it's upright. Okay, romantic secrets. This is obvious for me that's what this kind of brings up right now. Keep feeding yourself what you know and what you love, and don't dumb it down. Does that sound rude? I don't want to sound rude, but explaining to yourself before you even cast the spell that that's wanting too much, that's a construction that someone taught you. Wanting what you want is a beautiful, sacred thing to give yourself. It's a gift to give yourself. Please don't dilute it, and please don't take the edges of it off. Want what you want, and maybe now turn it into an honest to goodness vision so it isn't just stuck in the wanting, that you can see yourself talking about it in your inner visions as an I am. You deserve to have this beautiful love, and only you can cast those spells, okay? You might hire someone like me to assist you with that. In the end, it's all about you. You are your own gatekeeper. You are your own lover. You are your own beautiful mother. So take good care of that vision and do not take any of the edges of it off or the potency of it. All right, beautiful. Oh, my loves, I hope you're all here for Ask Me Anything tomorrow. I'm just going to see if there's any final questions. I just want to thank you for being here. I'm just so blown away that there's 1,310 of us here in this coven space right now. Please remember to order your Many Moons Lunar Planner. There are gorgeous, glorious spells and tarot spreads and rituals for every full moon from 13 different contributors. And the bedrock of Sarah Faith Goddess Steiner, who creates the Many Moons Lunar Planner and calls this kind of, the author is Many Women because they are a femme business. Follow them on Instagram at Goddess, GOTTESSS. I think I spelled that correctly. And you can order that now with the link in my bio on Instagram, and I will link it here. I am creating for the giant full moon, that's a blue moon and Mercury retrograde moon, on Halloween night of 2020, a special enchanted coven that's perfectly safe and large enough to hold all of us with safety and community, with a beautiful spell for that night. I want you to have the ability to consume that. And you can do that in the Many Moons Lunar Planner. So I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow at 12:30 Pacific. And remember that magic is your birthright and everything's a spell. This is my spell. Bye-bye, honey loves. Let's see now. I am going to say, mwah.